Hello folks, Everchanger here, and welcome back to more Pokemon Blaze Black 2. Last time, we captured Victini, the legendary Pokemon that lives on Liberty Island. And we are shamelessly going to try using it against the gym leader, because the gym leader is weak to fire. I know it might seem cheap to some, but, well, sue me. Anyway, this is the first episode I am recording in the month of October. So, as soon as we transition areas, we are going to be changing over into summer, which is pretty cool. And this time, we are going to be heading into the sewers to confront Team Plasma because Iris has hypothesized that this is where they are hiding out. So, without further ado, let's head on in. Alrighty. Spring. If I head back out again, it'll be summer, right? Yes. Might as well just change it out to be summer, and then head right on back in, just so our seasons are correct. David, I need you to get tougher. Even I'm going to have trouble taking them on all by myself. Anyway, it's okay, I'll take care of healing our Pokemon. I'm counting on you, David. Are you ready to go? What he's asking here is basically, you are going to be teaming up with Hugh, and you are going to be fighting all double battles in this area. Okay, let's find Team Plasma. So, as you can see, he is following us around. Now, this doesn't just mean the trainer battles, it also means if we can get one to occur, it also means that wild battles are also going to be occurring in pairs. Now, this introduces a new sort of mechanic to battling and capturing Pokemon that you're only going to be seeing in this area and a few other areas where you also team up with partners. Basically, if you want to catch one of these Pokemon, you have to knock one out first, just like in regular wild double grass. Unfortunately, your partner can also attack the opponent Pokemon, and you can't dictate which one that is. So if I attack this Grimer and happen to knock it out in attempts for catching that Zubat, he might be able to attack the Zubat anyway and just knock it out like that. So I'm probably not going to be trying in earnest to catch Pokemon in this area unless the opportunity happens to present itself, just because there is a very good chance that Hugh is going to knock out the Pokemon that I want to catch. This also means that if you happen to encounter a shiny Pokemon in this area, the AI won't realize that that's something that you might want to catch, which means you could potentially lose a shiny Pokemon to Hugh knocking it out in this area. I've never had this happen to myself before. I'm absolutely terrified for when it eventually does, because I'm sure it will eventually. But anyway, we managed to catch this Grimer, which I believe is the first Pokemon we've caught that wasn't legendary or a gift in quite a while, which is awesome. Born from sludge, these Pokemon now gather in polluted places and increase the bacteria in their bodies. Ew. Not gonna nickname it. If I had to come up with nicknames for all 649 Pokemon, I would go utterly insane. But yeah, elephant in the room, there are wild Zubat in this area. Get used to it, because, ooh boy. Wait a second, I dropped something here, just wait until I find it. I believe this actually goes to a special area in Castelia City, which was not there in the original Pokemon Black and White. Unfortunately, we cannot explore it until we have dealt with Team Plasma. It looks like we have Wild Gulpin in this area, which is pretty interesting. That's definitely something that was added in the hack. We're going to be finding quite a few poison types in this area. It'd be nice if we could catch a few, but as I've explained, I would count on Hugh knocking Pokemon that you want to catch out. So it basically means right here, we have one shot to catch this Gulpin because he's probably going to deal a KO blow to it next turn if we don't catch it, which is unfortunate, but them's the ropes for this mechanic. Still getting used to this D-pad on this controller here. Ugh. Anyway, let's see if we can catch this Gulpin. This is our one shot at it pretty much in this fight. 1, 2, 3, and we actually caught it. Awesome. I really want to catch quite a few Pokemon while we're here in Castelia City, because you wouldn't think it, but there are a lot of Pokemon that you can get in this city. Anyway, Almost all its body is its stomach. Its harsh digestive juices quickly dissolve anything it swallows. Yes, that is as morbid as it sounds. Hooey. Some Pokédex entries can get real creepy. But anyway, there is something special about this area. You see the water in those canals there? In the spring and summer, there is water. In the fall and winter, there is not. So, if you come back here in the fall and winter months, you might be able to explore new areas that you couldn't before, because the water will be down and it will allow you to explore down below, which I think is a really cool mechanic. But anyway, as you can see here, you will only fight trainers in double battles if you encounter both trainers at the same time. Since we only encountered this one trainer, it is a one-on-one match, us versus them, which is pretty neat. Luckily, even if that is the case, you will still heal your Pokemon after every fight, which is very much welcome in this area, especially since poison is a very real threat down here. Now, one fascinating thing about the Castelia Sewers is its appearance in the anime. This area is new to Pokemon Black and White 2, it was not in the original Black and White. However, over a year before Black and White 2 came out, the Castelia Sewers actually featured in the 22nd or 23rd, pretty sure it was the 22nd, episode of the Pokemon Black and White anime, which was over a year before this game actually came out, which I think is a really interesting thing, not something you see happen with Pokemon very often. Appearances of areas outside of the games more than a year before they appear in the games. Real fascinating stuff. A little bit of trivia that I always liked. Alright, let's see if our Leaf Tornado can bring this thing down. Decent amount of damage. I think what we're probably going to want to do is probably going to want to switch over to Return here. And that should knock it out? Oh wow, it actually didn't. That's surprising. Return actually is quite a powerful move. I guess Cinccino's just really bulky. Also, I don't know why, but a lot of people really hate Cinccino's design since it's just Minccino with a whole bunch of hair added onto it. But honestly, I feel like that's a lot of evolutions in general, just the same, but bigger and in general fluffier. I don't know, I don't know why they single out Cinccino. Perhaps someone can enlighten me as to why that is. Anyway, we're gaining levels, which is awesome. Definitely going to want some levels on the gym leader, who I'm not sure if we're going to be fighting this week. I record these episodes in threes, but I really haven't planned out how far we're going to get in each one of these. So we might be fighting the gym this week, but we might not. It depends on what I decide to do. Alright, so I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to return that Rattata, and if it survives, Hugh should knock out that Zubat unless he's also aiming for the Rattata. Let's see here. That's the one thing, you really can't tell where stuff is going to go. Alright, it's going to do very little damage to that Zubat right there, so I'm thinking he's probably going to attempt a KO on that Zubat next turn anyway, so probably just gonna try and catch it here. Zubat's just that one Pokemon where you kind of care about it appearing until you catch it, and then you never want to see it again. I feel that's just the way Zubat goes, but anyway, we caught Zubat, which is awesome. Let's add that data to the Pokédex. It does not need eyes because it emits ultrasonic waves to check its surroundings while it flies. Very interesting stuff. Alright, but now that we've caught Zubat, we're probably just gonna not want to see it ever again, but unfortunately, we're gonna be seeing a whole lot more of it. In fact, there it is now, and we also have a Spinnerack here, which is interesting. Now, I think I'm going to try and attack Zubat here, although I think Pignite is probably going to attempt to KO that Spinnerack, although there's no way of really telling what the AI is going to do. So even though I want that Spinnerack, I have a feeling Yeah, he's going to hit it with Flame Charge, and it is not going to survive that. So that's what I'm talking about. You kind of have to get lucky in terms of catching Pokemon when you have a partner character like this. Luckily, you won't always be exploring this area with Hugh at your side. It's only for this little segment of the game. So later on, we'll be able to come back here alone. But anyway, it looks like Victini is trying to learn Headbutt, which is actually quite a powerful... Wow, voice crack. Actually quite a powerful physical attacking normal type move. So I think we're going to get rid of Quick Attack because Victini is actually quite fast as it is. So I don't think Quick Attack is really worth the slot since it's probably going to be going first quite often anyway. Anyway, let's head down here and grab this item. It is an X Special. The thing about these X items, I pretty much never use them. Although I do know the advantages of using them, I pretty much never do. Alright, we've got a Rattata right here. The last time we had a battle like this, I think Hugh was aiming for the Rattata, because otherwise why the heck would he use Arm Thrust on a Zubat? So I'm not counting on being able to catch this Rattata. Wow, that Zubat actually survived. And there's a Rattata alone on the field. Unfortunately, it's at full health. And unfortunately also, if we try and catch it the next turn instead of this turn right here, it's probably going to get knocked out by Pignite. So let's try a Pokeball. Just Hail Mary it, although I really don't expect it to catch. But I like being proven wrong. We caught a Rattata. We're actually getting quite a good streak of catching Pokemon here, even though we've got a CPU ally on our side. It searches for food all day. It gnaws on hard objects to wear down its fangs, which grow constantly during its lifetime. Man, can you imagine if you restricted Rattata's ability to gnaw down its tooth? Ugh, grisly. Anyway, I believe this is also a trainer? Phew, I finally made it back here. Are you going farther inside? There's nothing in there but trainers. Okay. Now, I think I want to check out what's over that way. I believe the path branched back here, but I think the way I'm currently going is the required way. So, yeah, I'm not very familiar with most of the areas in Black and White 2, mainly because the last time I played fully through this game was right around launch, and I never actually got past the Elite Four. Like, I got past the Elite Four in Champion, and I beat the Elite Four in Champion in my English playthrough, but I didn't play anywhere past that. I did play past that in my Japanese playthrough, because any really long-time fans of my work would know that I actually imported the Japanese versions of this game upon their release in Japan and played through those. So that was like over 3 years ago at this point, so it's been quite a while. Now, is there actually any way to go up here? I believe there is. If I happen to miss something, I'll definitely come back and cover it. I'm just kind of a little bit thrown off by this area because I have not explored it in earnest in a very long time. Alright, we've got another Spinnerack out on the field. It would be nice if we could catch it. And it looks like we might get that chance? I don't know. Here's the problem. There's still 2 Pokemon on the field, and I have to attack one to get one to go down. So... I have a feeling Pignite's going to continue attacking Spinnerack either way, so I think this one's pretty much a lost cause at this point. So we're going to get experience for that, and that rollout is going to bring down that Spinnerack quite handily because Rock is actually super effective on Bug, which I suppose is not random necessarily, but I feel like that's one of the matchups that a lot of people just forget about. Alright. We need to explore this way. Oh no, this is where we're supposed to go. Herb, skirp, deep derp. Oh hey, there's a little water thing right there. I have a feeling it won't be there until... It won't be there after this fight. The interesting thing about those water things and the shaking grass and in caves when we encounter it, the dust storm things that happened, those are called phenomena by the community. And the interesting thing about them is they have a different encounter table than the regular area. And they also have different encounter tables depending on if you fish or surf into them in terms of the water ones. So they hide a very large amount of Pokemon in this way, so it's going to be interesting trying to get a hold of some of these because there are a lot of different encounter tables for these things, and there's lots of different Pokemon hiding within them. Oh wow, that is a Ghastly. Interesting. Didn't actually know that these would show up down here. Okay. So I'm going to use Return on Zubat and hope that Pignite is going to attack but not knock out that Ghastly. Alright, let's see what we're going to get here. Rollout, and it actually misses. Unfortunately, we're pretty much back to the whole one-turn scenario, so I'm going to try Pokeballing it, and if it does manage to survive Pignite's next attack, then we're basically very lucky. 1, 2, 3... Alright, let's see what we're gonna have happen, and why did you use Arm Thrust on that thing? I didn't know the AI still made decisions that were that stupid. Okay. Guess you learn something new every day. I really want to catch this Ghastly. Alright, it's using Flame Charge. I think Ghastly will survive this? No, not even close. Yikes. This partner's dilemma. It's always doing stuff to me. Alright, so that person said there are more trainers further back in here. I'd kind of like to fight some of them for the experience, especially since we have an ally that's healing us. It's pretty much the best time to explore this area completely, because being forced to not have healing isn't as fun as having healing, so I guess that's the sort of trade-off when you're trying to catch Pokemon with a partner character. Alright, what's Pignite gonna do? It's going to bring down Rattata quite handily. There it goes. Hooey. Okay. I feel like I'm saying okay a lot. Ah well. Anyway, let's head on through here, and are there actually more trainers? There are. Can we go this way as well? We can. I think I'm going to try going over this way first. Coughing and Gulpin, both of which we have actually caught, which is awesome. I believe we got Coughing way back in the Verbank complex a few weeks ago, so... nice little two birds with one stone type deal there. Training up and catching Pokemon, very nice. Alright, one more turn should bring down this wild duo here. Hopefully that is the case, because Yawn is very much a nuisance move. Alright, let's see if we can bring down this Coughing. Yes, we can. I was a little bit worried because it was still in the green, but it looks like we got it close enough down that we're good. Alright, so Victini gets level 18, which is awesome. I want to get Victini up in the levels because it is relatively under-leveled compared to the gym leader at this point. So even though it is quite strong, I have to be a little bit nervous about it. And wow, this place is huge! Oh my word. But as you can see, that area over there is an example of one that you can only access when the water is down, because when the water is down, you can explore different parts of this area. So this will definitely not be the last time we come to the Castelia Sewers, because once it rolls over into the fall and winter time, there will be other areas that we can explore. And I believe once we get into the fall, it will also add in new areas to explore on Route 20, which is a little bit interesting. Back on Route 20, you might have noticed some inaccessible items and or trainers. That actually requires it to be fall, and only fall, to be explored, which is quite interesting. I like what they did with that. I'm not gonna spoil exactly what they did with that, but I thought it was really awesome. Really, really creative stuff. Alright, this one last turn should bring down these guys. And hopefully we'll be able to heal off this poison once the battle ends. And we should be good. Down goes Zubat. Victini gets some more experience. Alright, I think we're going to want to head over this way. What's this? This is a rare bone. I believe this is one of those items that someone was talking about in one of last week's episodes in terms of the item maniacs. I believe the rare bone is one such item that you can sell to a certain guy for a lot more money than you can sell it to regular shops. So we're going to have to keep an eye out for those guys. They're pretty much randomly dotted throughout the world, and a lot of them buy different items. Like some of them buy pearls, some of them buy mushrooms, some of them buy artifacts, some of them buy fossils and things like that. So that should be very interesting. I don't actually know where they are all located, so that should be fun trying to find them, because I don't remember where they are, although they usually tend to show up in areas where lots of said items show up. Naturally, of course. Alright, we're poisoned again, but luckily once this battle ends, we're going to be all healed up. Now, can we bring down this coughing this turn? If rollout stacks, yep, that should bring down that coughing, and it does. Awesome. Nice. Now right up here, aha, this guy. As a doctor, I will be examining your Pokemon's strength. These guys are interesting. If you find a doctor in an area, they will not challenge you unless you speak to them. But if you do speak to them and you successfully defeat them, they will heal your Pokemon when spoken to afterwards, which can be very useful in this area in particular, once you've wrapped up what you're doing here with Hugh and you're exploring on your own. And he's got quite the interesting team going here. It looks like he's using Johto starters, which is interesting to say the least. This will definitely add a bunch of scene entries to our Pokedex. The starter Pokemon are quite interesting in this game, because they're not the easiest thing in the world to get a hold of. It looks like he's not actually using the starters, he's bringing out a Swadloon. I'm going to send out Victini, just because Swadloon has a quad weakness to fire, and I'd like to see how powerful Victini's attacks are, just to get a bit of a benchmark as to what we're dealing with. Victini moves first, Incinerate, connects, and yeah, that's quite powerful for a Pokemon that's 3 levels below. So I think Victini's progressing quite well, which is good because the gym leader is making me a little bit nervous, because the hack comes with a little document that tells you the teams of the gym leaders, and every time I look at them, I get a little bit scared. Alright, we've got a Solosis coming out, which is interesting. That's actually a Psychic type, so I'm going to send out Houndour to get some experience, because we're also probably going to be using Houndour a decent amount in the gym fight, because it is also a Fire type. But since Solosis is part Psychic, we have Dark type moves that feel super effective to it. Very nice. Down it goes, and we defeated Dr. Heath. Oh, what's this? It's the very picture of health. Now, if we speak to him, before you go, let me give your Pokemon a little booster shot. And he will heal you up. Pretty much redundant when we have Hugh with us, but I think it's pretty neat to have. In here, I believe, is a special room. Nothing in here, it seems. Trash can is empty. I'm pretty sure someone appears in here, but only at some certain other time, although I don't remember exactly what that is. We have an item over there, and another door. That door in particular, I believe, if I remember correctly, is quite important. And I believe once we've explored this little section, we will have explored the entire area, aside from those Team Plasma Goons. So hopefully we'll be able to take them out. Bring down Spinarak. I'm counting on Ignite not fully taking out that Slowpoke. Let's see here. Okay, so it looks like we have 1 or maybe 2 free turns to attempt to catch this thing, so let's give it a shot since we don't have a Slowpoke yet. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Caught. Very nice. Gotcha. Slowpoke was caught. Let's add that data to the Pokedex. Although slow, it is skilled at fishing with its tail. It does not feel pain if its tail is bitten. Very interesting stuff, and the thing with Slowpoke is the official Pokemon Twitter and YouTube and all their social media channels and stuff like that have been posting some really strange Slowpoke stuff recently. Don't know if anyone's seen that. And it looks like we found the leftovers, which is awesome. It was mentioned to us a few episodes ago, so we're definitely going to want to keep that in mind. Okay, no, this is the room I was thinking of. Okay, so we have Hugh with us, and we can explore this room. I believe this person has something to give us? Lots of toxins build up in the sewer system. I think I can use them to make medicines, so I'm running an experiment. If this works, I might be able to use the venom of poison-type Pokemon to make different medicines. How exciting! Well, well, the result of today's experiment was... Well, today's experiment could have gone better, but I did manage to make a potion. Here, you can have it. So it looks like this is a bit of another daily thing, which is pretty cool. I'll keep experimenting every day. It's important to keep trying. Come back and see how it's going. Now, is there anything else in this room? I'm not sure if there is. Oop, there's wild Pokemon, that's for sure. Alright, looks like I believe we caught both of these. Yes, indeed we have. That's a bit of the unfortunate thing. Once you catch a whole bunch of Pokemon in an area, then the wild battles sort of lose meaning because they all are Pokemon that you already own. Alright, is that going to bring down that coughing? No, it's not. This episode is getting a little bit long though, so once we finish exploring this room, I think we're going to be just about finished for this episode. Luckily, this room isn't that big, so we should be good. Alright, Pig Knight, if you just let loose another body slam on that Grimer right there, we should be set, and we are. Very good. Okay. Now, is there an item over here? No, there isn't even an item. Is there anything over in this corner? More wild Pokemon, of course. Sheesh. Alright, that is actually a new Pokemon, I believe? Actually, no. Well, it's new for wild encounters, I think. But we have seen Trubbish before. But since it's new for wild encounters, we're definitely going to want to try and catch it. A lot of people really don't like Trubbish as a Pokemon just because it's based on a trash bag, but I think it's absolutely hilarious. Trubbish is probably one of my more favorite Pokemon from Generation 5 out of all of them. I know people with the pitchforks are probably going to come after me for saying that, but I like Trubbish, okay? Don't hate. We don't want to fight, we want to try and catch this Trubbish because we don't have one yet. Let's see if we can succeed. Indeed we can. Awesome. Had to get in at least one more catch before the end of this episode. I feel like this episode's actually running quite a bit long, so I apologize for that if it is. Wanting more garbage, they follow people who litter. They always belch poison gas. Very interesting. Alright, we caught a Trubbish, which is awesome. Is there anything in this room? There actually isn't, I guess. So I think instead, what we're going to do is we are going to end things off right here. Now that we have explored pretty much the entirety of the Castelia Sewers that we are able to explore at this point. Next time on Pokemon Blaze Black 2, we are going to be heading over to those Team Plasma grunts that we spotted and confronting them about their nefarious deeds. Without further ado, I will see you guys next time.